live, and I have to hit both buttons. I only hit one button. Hey, everyone, Andrew Hall, Big Zebra, and John Hudson. Here we are. I don't know what I'm doing with my hand, but this is what I'm doing, I guess. That's what I'm doing. How are you guys doing this morning?
Good. Very well.
Good. Very well, huh? I don't know if I'm doing very well. I'm a little envious of that John Hudson.
Hey, we finally saw you take a drink of your coffee or water.
Well, the good thing about having a guest on is that it allows me not to talk.
So how does one go about joining the Satanic Temple?
Just go to the satanictemple.com.
Okay.
And there is a simple form, and be able to hook you up with the membership card, and they will, you'll be able to get connected with, local Satanists, basically, at least if there is a chapter close by.
Yeah. I hate using a title, but, in this case, the religious exemptions you get, I'm about it.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it.
Well, it's beating the government up with the stick they invented for religious exemptions.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they deserve it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think the Hobby Lobby thing, where they got an exemption, I think all the way up to the Supreme Court, so it became fixed law that in their medical thing for their employees, they didn't have to give them hormonal birth control, which a lot of women desperately need for reasons other than birth control.
Well, yes, definitely. We talked about it on the show the other day when Cindy Plaza was on, about how the fascists, the Christo-fascists, they once they're done with Roe versus Wade, they're going to try to pass, personhood laws, in the federal government to try to enforce their rule on the rest of us, even, those of us in blue states, which is.
Yeah, federal anti-abortion statute of some sort.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They've been talking about it for years, actually. And so if, there is a Republican House, there's a Republican Senate, and there is a Republican president, or even if they have, then it's likely to happen.
They're pro-life and such, but it's like we have money and trying to find formula for the new baby.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's crazy, but let's not do anything about the child after they're born.
Well, that's right. There is this pernicious algorithm out there that if you make people more miserable, then they're more likely to vote Republican. I mean, or to go to church. I don't know if Republican lawmakers are aware of that. I'm sure if I know that information, then they must know that information.
Man.
Crazy times.
Yeah, I have to tell you, I was on, before the show started, I think it was on Twitter. And it's easy to get depressed with stupidity, right? And I'm watching this person's, and I know I'm going to say words that will be, of course, you're going to hit stupidity. I saw this person's TikTok video, and I'm like, yeah. And people take, if you have enough followers or if you're physically attractive, then people are just going to listen to you and not really wonder whether or not you're speaking truth. What's up, Tobin of KBF? What's up, sir?
Hello.
Did you see the special guest from the first show? Did you see the first show?
You had Jack on.
Yeah. Considering we're talking about religious facilities, Planned Parenthood, satanic Planned Parenthood in all reality. So,
yeah, what a wonderful idea.
Yeah.
How did you and Jack meet? He seems like just a total awesome person.
When I was blogging I've been blogging for about 15 years. And when I first started blogging, it was pretty big. And I was reaching out to other bloggers, just like, now, if you're a YouTuber, you're pretty much reaching out to other YouTubers within your clique. And So Jack was part of a team of bloggers over at a place called Left Hemispheres, and they ran a podcast called Left Hemispheres, and so I connected with Jack that way.
Cool.
And
Does Big Zebra, do you do anything on YouTube?
No, I've only ever made 1 or 2 videos, and under different channels. And I'm having enough trouble getting my own blog up and running, so I'm not that active.
It's
so,
work.
so I'm the weirdo that I have nothing to do with blogging, YouTube, or anything. This is the only show I've ever been on.
Well,
is
I feel privileged. I feel all seen.
Yes.
or cursed.
Yeah. It's
So
okay.
what's Jack have to do with the Satanic Temple? He's
done a
involved
lot of. He was a council member in Arizona, as I recall, for a while, and he was doing technical work for them for the estate, for the Satanic Estate, which is a virtual space.
Oh, okay.
But that seems to be something that he doesn't need to do anymore, since it seems to be running itself these days. So yeah.
Good.
I always thought Jack was an attorney for some reason. In my head.
One of the Satanic Temple members who've been on this show, on this channel a number of times, Stu DeHaan. Stu is an attorney.
Okay.
And he was taking point on a couple of different cases for the temple. But Stu's a good guy. I haven't met a Satanist yet that I dislike. At least people from the temple, which is odd.
Well, isn't there another Satan thing that they're wacky, and it's easy to confuse the name?
Well, there you have the Satan.
Luciferians.
You have all types of different flavors of
and there's the Church of Satan.
You have the Church of Satan, which is different. They're not as socially aware. Is that a nice way of putting it? Maybe that's why they're not really activists, from what I understand about the Satanic Church.
They are more to themselves.
Yeah. They're a smaller organization. And of course, there are a variety of independent satanic organizations out there. I think Steve Hill, the comedian, who's been here on the channel a couple of times out in California, he's a member of a non-affiliated satanic organization.
We're getting an echo, just for the record.
I think John Hudson was...
Me?
Somebody is. Andy's voice was echoing.
I think John might have been saying something to one of the Rugrats. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe I'm wrong.
What's up, D Parks?
It's D.
So I went to a job interview yesterday, and it was for working with dogs. And I decided not to take the job. And the woman who was running the place, this is funny, she comes out, and I don't think it was feces that was smeared on her shirt, on her, on her hoodie, but it could have been. It could have been. It was some kind of brown, thing. And I'm going, and of course the dogs are barking, and and it's like, after talking with her for like 5 minutes, I'm thinking, this may not be the job for me. It may not be the job for me. And
shit on the boss doesn't inspire confidence.
No, and since I already have a part-time job, which I'm able to expand my hours a bit, I think I might just be staying put for a while. I don't know.
Ooh. Yeah.
What have you been up to, Mr. Ken Bin Pham? Mr. Tobin?
Oh man, working in a dish pit. I've gotten a lot further on the progress on my little home. Been working on in a kitchen. I got a backsplash up and a hood vent, and just making a lot of progress. I got a really it's in the house. Kendra gave me my birthday present early, and she got me a tongue steel drum. And this instrument is very cool, and it's cool for a person who may be entering into music. and learning the basics because it's all the whole notes,
Oh,
and it's a lot of fun. Two people can easily play at the same time. It's a round steel drum, and we've killed at least an hour just sitting there, just hitting on it, and you don't even have to necessarily follow patterns, and it can sound good. It's just really intoxicating.
oh,
It's
really?
got
Wow.
uh a sound that just makes you want to hear it. I don't know. It's cool.
That's pretty cool, dude. Now, how much does something like that go for?
I'm not sure. I don't know what she spent on it,
So
but they can get pretty expensive though.
yeah, yeah. I've seen some steel drums, and I don't know if this is the same steel drum, but on the surface that you hit it, there are these little indentations, and each one is a certain note. Is that?
Right.
Oh wow, dude, that looks like pretty freaking complicated shit there.
Mm.
It's pretty fun. I used to have one of the larger steel drums that you're talking about, where it
Yeah.
has a concave. It's uh and we had gotten something on it, and we decided to clean it, and I took it outside back, and I was hitting it with the water hose, and then I learned that you could play the steel drum with the water hose, with the high pressure hose. And what's cool about that is when the water hits a note, it also hits others.
Yeah.
Mm.
And another thing that I found that was really cool about the steel drums is that um, I was trying to figure out which each note was on the new one that I had just gotten,
Mhm.
and I turned on my tuner, and whenever I would hit a note, it would go like D A F D A F. It would throw me 3 or more notes, and then whenever I put my hands on it and just let that one note ring out, it would ring out a straight D or
Yeah.
whatever note that I hit.
Mm.
So I was able to find all the notes, but that is what it makes that instrument sound so unique,
Yeah.
is whenever you hit one note, you're actually hearing the other 6
Hmm. Hmm.
notes all at one time. You just hear one note more prevalent. I don't know. I just thought it to be very interesting.
So tell me, would it be cheating if you just took a magic marker and like labeled each little indentation the note?
That's exactly what I did.
Oh,
That
dude,
is
good for you.
exactly what I did.
I was thinking color coded.
Color coded. Oh, I like
Sure.
that too, John Hudson. I like that
Just
too.
because that's how my mind thinks, like purple, red, bling, you know.
And aren't those drums the best part of music from the Caribbean or Caribbean? Both work.
Yeah,
They're amazing.
they are beautiful instruments.
Don't they pound them out of like a steel barrel, like a
I think
55
so.
gallon drum or something like that? Is what
Mm.
I think I saw something on YouTube or somewhere
Hmm.
where there was a gentleman that was making them, and it was really interesting.
That sounds like a labor of love if you're doing it by hand, right?
Well,
Because you got to like just hit it just right.
I think love is the best reason to do anything.
No, well, hey, look at that, John Hudson. That's great. I think love is the best reason to do anything. That's good. I like that. I might try that out.
Mm.
You know, when it comes down to it, you know, people say it's all about passion, but you know, with passion, I believe there's the love. You know.
No. I think you hit the button. I think you hit it on the button. That's what you did. Um, now, most of the time, I don't go with love. I usually go with something like this.
Ah.
Oh, shit.
It's subtle. I know it's subtle. People may not understand what the.
Canada needs to start apologizing right now.
I'll tell you this: if I was in Canada, I'd be like, if I was in the government, I'd be like, maybe we should be asking people. Maybe we should be asking people for some, just in case things really go sideways down south in the States.
What kind of sick mind thinks of that, Andy?
The one who will say, if I'm still alive in 20 years, see, I told you so. Because when Canada announces that it's under the UK's nuclear umbrella, or at the very least, Quebec is under the French nuclear umbrella. Yeah. We'll see who's laughing. I'll be right. That's what I'll be.
Well, what inspires me though is the young people when they're doing these polls and stuff. How many young people are against the religion and a lot of stuff? It's that gives me some comfort. That maybe shit can change in the future.
John, I'm not going to shit on that thought. It's Friday. I've already unleashed this on us all, and why would I just shit on that thought? You're right. There is reason to hope. There's no doubt about that, sir.
Can we see that still again?
Sure.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, I don't know how long they're going to. Every once in a while, I wonder if this is going to be the thing that gets me kicked off the channel, right? To get because they're much more concerned than Pathos was about the kind of things I do. So we'll see what happens.
Well, you got to use the right kind of violence if you're gonna,
Well, what I do is that I look around at other satirical pages. I look at The Onion, I look at Reductress, I look at Weekly Humorist. I look at a bunch of them, and I go, I think I can do something a bit harder. I think I can do something a bit harsher. Let's see if I can get away with it. So yeah, that was today's inspiration.
That was lovely.
But it makes sense.
Push the envelope. See how far to go.
Yeah.
But you're all right on YouTube if you want to burn people that are, say, witches.
Yes.
Yeah. Surprisingly, I have not had the desire to really push the envelope that much on YouTube.
They don't seem to like it much.
Yeah. I make shorts. The shorts seem to be a bit edgier at times, but in terms of my regular everyday content, I think I don't want to do anything too crazy. I want to try to do my job, and my job is just trying to inform people and maybe get a couple of people to register to vote. Maybe that would be nice. Maybe. I don't know.
Hey, I just got a message. See if I could run next door and help with the grandkids. So,
all right, dude. Good seeing you, John. Have a good weekend.
Hey, it's been great seeing you, man.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Wow, what a show. Congratulations. That was 15 minutes of awesomeness.
Yeah. If I can convince more people to when I was doing the show with Chris Mallard years ago, a year and a half ago or so, Chris had trouble getting people on as a regular guest because he was doing like an hour-long show, and it was a grind. It was a real grind, and trying to get people up at the ass crack of dawn, it's tough. So
what about premiere videos? You recorded at whatever time is okay, and then you just broadcast.
I'm glad that you asked, because I could easily shoot an interview with somebody and then post it on the morning show video. So I could do that. I could, if I was thinking, if I was thinking about things, and if I was planning things out, then certainly.
Well, it's not like you have infinite time, and even if you're already waking up at God knows what hour just to get stuff done.
5:30 this morning, and I'm going into work early too, because this is part of my Actually, I just want to say that my sleep patterns have become much more stable too. So I'm in bed at like 10:30, and I'm up at like 5:30, and this is by far the best sleep I've gotten for years.
Well,
since I've started this job.
What's that?
Since I've started this job, I've recently found out that I snore whenever I sleep, and I know this because I wake myself up now.
Yeah,
Whenever
that's
I
dangerous.
snore, I'll do this little thing, and
Yeah,
it like startles me. I'm like, "What the
you should try to
is
sleep on your
going on
side,
here?"
Tobin. If you sleep on your side, then you're less likely to do that.
If you can slightly raise the head of your bed or your mattress, even just by about 2 or 3 inches,
Yeah,
that can make a big difference too.
yeah.
Speaking as a
Right
sleep
on.
apnea zebra, I know these things.
Yes, yes, indeed. You're talking to two guys. Big Z and I both have had various sleep issues,
Yeah.
apnea related stuff. So definitely, if you sleep on your side, that's what happened with me when the last time I had my sleep study, maybe 7 years ago, six
Hmm.
years ago, is that they said, look, don't sleep on your, if you sleep on your back, you're going to have problems. If you sleep on your side, then you're fine. So I've been able to get myself to sleep on my side regularly. I actually use an extra blanket to help kind of
Hmm.
weigh me down. That seems to help,
Yes.
um, to keep me on one of my sides at
Pillow
least.
might help. Put it in the
Yeah,
right place and you
yeah,
won't roll over on your back. Stuff
yeah.
like that. Oh, did we lose Tobin? No, we've still got Tobin. I thought his screen froze there.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm here.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Do you guys have any
Yeah,
big plans for the weekend?
I am going to be working on some music. Um, I've gotten a track out to Sammy, and
Oh,
I'm
good.
about to work on one for Kevin. That's what I'm trying to do right now for like uh is I want to collaborate with some people on music and see what I
Mm.
can make with others. And I'm planning for the next one too. Like I've learned quite a bit from uh, this last group of songs, and I just got to where I could listen to the songs in surround sound, and I like my mix is horrible. Like
Mm,
it all depends on the way you can hear the music as you're
Mm.
mixing it, and I'm like realizing how horrible of a job I really did. I got close, but not really. Like
right.
there's some things that I don't like about it. But yeah,
Well,
that's what I'm up to.
I imagine doing music is a lot like doing film, right? I mean, I was talking to a person over at work who's like a little independent filmmaker who makes his own short films and everything. And having done that myself, there are so many different elements to get right, to get something. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be pretty dang close to perfect for it to work, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I would really like to work with a producer.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
The
Cindy.
Yeah, hi there, Cindy. Yeah, can you it's really weird, but some people manage to do mixing just at their own computer. I don't know how they do it, but um,
Yeah, I have some software for that. Everything I've made so far has been using Audacity.
mm,
Oh, yeah. Yep. 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 Um, I, I've used Audacity before. I mean, from my humble uses of it, this is years ago. It seemed to be
mm,
useful and not too difficult to use. Of course, I wasn't doing too many complicated things with it either.
mm.
So tell you what, guys, and everyone, I'm gonna shut down a little bit early because I'm going to work in 20 minutes, and so I got to throw on real pants. I have pants on; they're just not real work pants, and then
Right.
I have to walk to work. There are many different things to do. So
Mm.
I'll see you on Monday, if not over the weekend.
It's been real.
Yeah.
Shamala.
Yeah.
Shamla, everyone.
Shamala Hamala.
Take care. I hit the